Hi,
Hi, sasa sikusikii.
unanisikia?
Eh, hope nasikika.
Mimi nasikika.
Watu bado hawajaanza, tungoje waanze kuingia. Ama
Poa, ni poa, tungoje tuone wale wataingia.
acha tungoje tuone ni nani wataingia.
Si ama yezi share link ya kuenga kujoin.
Acha nione. Inaweza, acha ni share.
Huko tu. Hello.
Nimeshare kwa wasee. Inaweza share side yako ama
Mimi nishashare.
link ya kuinvite waingie live.
Ah,
Oh, okay. Nimeshare sijui ama waingie. Sijui.
it is good tuendelee juu itakuwa already the content hata mwenye hatapata saa hii
Eh.
ataipata online.
Okay, tulikuwa tunaongelea leo kuhusu relationships in general of course na campus relationship related to other things kama tribe, religion na vitu kama hizo.
Yep.
So we start with campus ama relationship in general. Views za watu, mtu akisikia kuhusu relationship, what is nini nakujanga kwa mind ama view yake kuhusu relationship inakuaga kama gani hivi?
In terms of relationship, people perception way na differ.
Uh-huh.
But mostly when it comes to relationship, I think it can be general inaweza kuwa pia ya friendship, is it?
Yeah, inaweza kuwa a friendship but maybe relationship yenye it can go further to yenye inaweza lead to marriage, something
Yeah.
of the sort. Yeah.
Yeah, so mostly people mention on the relationship which is in terms of marriage. What I can say on a relationship, mostly relationship nowadays see strong. It is not as strong like it used to be.
But at the same time kama si strong, people have diverse opinions. Unajua kitambo people are restricted, sijui lazima uoe watu wa kutoka hii place, usioe watu wa this other place, but this time iko diverse juu people can marry from different places na pia tribes, na of course diversification imeleta a lot of things kama education. Those stuff zimeleta watu pamoja, of which watu wanaelewa mila na desturi za tribes zingine, so it becomes easier for a person maybe to choose a man or a lady from another tribe
Mm,
wakuwa in a relationship.
yeah,
Such things zinasaidia
yeah.
sana.
Of course, nowadays relationship they are not measured on tribes, kwa sababu sahi people are learning.
Yeah.
That people have the chance to interact from all the walks of life. For example, tunasema, for example, university, you have the chance to meet all the tribes. For example, in Kenya,
Mhm.
so people have stopped the notion that if you want to marry a good wife, must come from where within your vicinity, such that if your tribe, for example, is a Kalenjin, it is necessarily a must for you to marry a Kalenjin for you to succeed in marriages, because we have seen people from all walks of life marrying each other and the marriage is succeeding, because as long as it is not about the tribe, it is about the people who are in that marriage or that relationship. How are you able to cope with each other? How are you able to live with one another? It's not all about the tribe, because there is nothing uh, in relationship that is contributed by a religion or maybe a tribe that you come from. Maybe what is, yeah,
Na pia people are from wamekuwa into the current modernity, the current modern mindset. Hiyo
yeah.
tradition imeondoka because of the current technologies, and of course tuko in the current generation, the Gen Z, where things zimekuwa open sana and everything is into the spotlight, so hakuna kitu ya kuficha, and yeah, people have the current modern mindset. That is what I can say.
Yeah, people are, you can speak of people have been educated, people have, yani watu wamesoma wameelewa maisha.
Yeah.
Hata kama kuna sahi there is a challenge of which I think it is affecting most of the youth. They are saying that many for example, those who I have talked with, they are saying many are deciding not to get married, maybe to marry. Maybe I don't know why. Maybe we should get to know them. But they are saying maybe career, maybe frustrations from the marriages within or relationship within. But I think every person is different from one another.
Exactly. Na pia most people have different views. Kuna mwenye anaingia into a relationship because anataka kupass time, and the mindset maybe it is to grow his or her career juu. Kuna mtu maybe anaona hii relationship hakuna place inaenda, so it is better when nimekaa hapo ndani na pass two time, at the end of the day I'll go my way na huyo msee ataenda his or her own way, mostly in campus.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Kuna wenye I'm just in this relationship to pass time, na maybe huyo msee mwingine ako gedhaa mbaya sana na wewe hapo yuko gedhaa, so inabidi sometimes relationships are hard to handle at some point, but mkikuja kujuana na mtu vizuri inakuwa poa.
Mkishaelewana, unajua, but it is good before you enter in a relation, you ensure you know the person you are entering in a relationship with, because at times many people, you enter in a relationship with a stranger, maybe you will end up not living a happy life, or you will not end up being together as you expected. First, you know the person you are entering into a relationship with, you know the likes and the dislikes, you understand each other very well. Then you'll know how to cope, when to touch where, when to speak about what at what time, because the moment you understand the person, that is the moment when you'll get to know when to do what. I can see my colleague as the network has brought an issue, but she will be joining us soon. Another thing we were expected to talk about is, I think it was about how the age that you should get to marry, or the age that you should get into relationship. However, I feel this point of concern in regards to relationships on when the person should get. Welcome back.
Thank you. There is kuna baridi huku, kuna mvua. There is a lot of net problems.
Yes,
Okay.
I was talking about the, which is the relationship in terms of age.
Okay.
So I was saying that the age, even if it is a point of concern, it is not that much on in terms of relationship, though it should be considered, because when we speak of relationship and the age, we the age will determine the respect, the age will determine the in terms of finances, the age will determine the how the family setup will look like. For example, if for instance we are taking this as a relationship which is beginning, if the relationship is beginning, then
Mm-hmm.
the partner's age will be going to will be affecting the relationship, because if, for example, in African perspective, uh, the man will be older than the woman. It was a taboo for a man to marry a woman who is older than him in African perspective. However, this thing is seems to be for of the past, because nowadays people are marrying anyhow. The other day I saw a young boy, maybe 22 years old, marrying a 89 old granny. And the boy was saying he is madly in love with the lady. The same lady was saying the same thing. So the issue of age seems to be getting away, but age should be a factor, because in terms of also I've said about the respect
Uh-huh.
will matter a lot, will matter a lot, because
According to me,
yeah,
sorry to cut you short, but according to me, age is just a number, and these are some of my perception when it comes to age in terms of relationships. And
yeah,
you can fall in love with a person who maybe is older than you, but when it comes to a person who maybe is younger than I am, ama mtu mwenye amekupungukia kwa umri,
yeah.
it is not something that maybe I can consider, but money is also a factor when it comes to age. Maybe kuna mwingine anaolewa na mtu juu ako na pesa nyingi kumshinda, and age doesn't matter when it comes to money. Mtu kama ako younger than you and he maybe can cater for your things na ako na most ladies, it is not a problem when money is a factor. But pia when a person is ako na gap kubwa ya age kukushinda, I think that is not right somehow, but at the end of the day, my stand will just be age is just a number. And every person has his or her own views when it comes to getting into a relationship, and age being a factor as well.
Maybe if you can get to our viewers, is it is it really age number, or maybe something factor to consider? Because it seems that maybe if you want a child, for example, African, when we look at relationship, if you are marrying each other or your relationship is to have a children, then all of a sudden, like that boy, you go for a lady who is 90 or 80 years old, maybe that family there will be no continuity. So my perception is age should be a number to some extent, because maybe if the lady is maybe older 1 2 years, there is it's something to consider. But when the age gap is more than 20 30 years, I think that one will not be a relationship, but it will be something of maybe there is a partnership because I think the man and son.
Maybe it's a partnership at the end of the day, but most of the people when you wanaingia kwa relationships when they are too old or maybe something like that, wanaingianga, most ladies wanaingianga kwa hiyo relationship wakiwa na watoto, and of course the men have children outside, so maybe for a younger family age
Mm.
is a factor, but watu tu wenye wamekaa mtaa, mtu amechoka or maybe are frustrated or something, then those people cannot consider age maybe.
They should marry at any point or to any person.
Mhm.
Eh,
Maybe
hapo ni kivangaito.
hapo labda ni mtu tu ajiamulia aseme, basi mimi naenda na huu upande wangu na mwingine anasema anaenda na huu upande wake, so at the end of the day each and every person has his or her own perception when it comes to age as a factor in a relationship. Maybe that is what I can say when it comes to age and relationships. Let's move to the next topic. Maybe we have discussed that a lot, and the viewers also can say their own view when it comes to age and relationship as a
Yeah,
factor.
maybe we can get some comments.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The next thing is people's aims when they are getting into a relationship. Mtu anatarajia nini akiingia kwenye mahusiano? Labda kuna mwenye anatarajia hii mahusiano ita lead to marriage. This relationship is going nowhere. This relationship maybe I'm here to gain something, na after nimepata hicho kitu basi mi najiendea zangu, na kuna mwenye anaingia kwenye mahusiano na at the end of the day he or she is like ni kama yuko ndani ni kama yuko nje. You getting my point?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that is
Uh,
the
for example, in terms of relationship, what will make, for example, youngsters in to get into relationship, mostly when you talk in general, what will make someone get into relationship, we can speak of maybe you want a partner, you want a companionship, you want to get some because of even some will enter because of peer pressure, curiosity, but it is always good to get to a relationship because maybe it is time for it. It is the right time. You want to maybe to achieve certain goal. For example, the good thing with the first thing for one to get into a relationship is maybe you want to build yourself because I believe when you are into a relationship you have a chance to build yourself because when you have a person who is there to guide you when the time comes, maybe you are ready for marriage or you want to have something. It is good to say that uh relationship, for example, it should be for mutual benefits. For example, I'm speaking of this because of maybe you will get many will enter into a relationship because they are gaining something which is relationship should not be where one party is the main financial of everything. It should be the main intention is we are coming here to benefit both of us, not one party becoming the sole provider of everything.
let me maybe ask you a question. When you are saying maybe one party should be a sole provider of everything, what are you exactly meaning in terms of finances or in terms of what?
Uh, Not necessarily finances. For example, if when you speak of yeah, finances one of being one of them, but also you may see that many people will think that when you, for example, when you are in a relationship, you say maybe men don't need to be concerned, don't mean to be talked to. Wewe ni msichana tu, wewe ndio pekee unahitaji kuambiwa mambo mazuri, kuambiwa hivi na vile. Unaona, kila mtu anataka hiyo kuongeleshwa, hiyo kuzungumza pamoja, then we talk, we understand, Yani there is that understanding. See, it is just one thing. Once you get one thing out of a relationship, then you are settled. There are so many in relationship apart from finances and the rest. There should be a two-way factor. There should be a two-way factor.
That's nice because it should be a 50-50
Yeah,
partnership where this party is bringing something and also this party is bringing something.
yeah, yeah.
Hakuna mtu anakuja kwa relationship akiwa kama parasite. There is nobody who is just there seated out kama ng'ombe juu wewe ni kupe tu na unanyonya tu damu. It shouldn't be like that. Everybody should take his or her own position in that relationship. If at all you have a main goal and an aim, kila lazima mzungumze. Communication is the key because lazima mzungumze. You come to a point where you decide we are going in this direction and we are of course both going to take this path for this reason. Maybe you want to achieve something, maybe financially, or you want to set up a company and you want you both to become the lay leaders of that particular company. So you must have goals, and of course at the end of the day, what are you going to gain from that particular company or whatsapp. Na mambo yakienda vibaya, it is not a blame solution where unaambia huyu you are the one who led to this thing happening. It should be you are coming together as a party, so you should both work in the same direction, I mean, because
Mm,
at the end of the nyinyi wawili ujue, they say waswahili husema vipi, I mean, sijui nini grass humia, I don't know, ng'ombe wawili ama ni fahari wawili wakipigana, sijui ng'ombe humia,
yeah,
sijui
yeah.
nyasi humia, something of the sort, you know. So
Wawili
lazima
wakipigana.
hiyo stuff waswahili husema. So at the end of the day lazima, it is not a blame aim.
Yeah,
Ni
yeah.
kama mambo kumeenda vibaya,
Sisi tuwajibike wote.
yeah, we face the problem.
We face the
Na
concept.
it doesn't matter kama it was my opinion or or my partner's opinion.
Yeah.
Sema ni mimi nimetoa opinion fulani na at the end of the day mambo yakaenda vibaya.
Mm.
We should both sit down and see which path should we take next, you know. That is the kind of thing that should happen when it comes to relationships. Na kama if things are not working out, then leave your way. Wacha kujisukumlia kwa mtu na mambo haikwendi vizuri. It's not right. Go
But then
your way, that person go his or her own way.
that point is very correct because I've seen of the relationship, for example, in our society, for example, in Kenyan perspective today, you'll meet that you have reached a point where the both the parties are not in agreement. But because you have a sympathy, maybe you want to you are thinking that when I leave this person, what will happen to these kids? What will happen to our life? What will happen? To my life next, what can I start a life again? Maybe you have built up, maybe what, how will the society respond to that? So you see the person will keep on persevering, but at long last you see the person maybe doesn't want you there, you want to chase you away, but when you continue being there, maybe you end up the person kills you, the person kills the whole family. So the moment you see yourself the issue is not solvable, there is no solution, it is better to seek another, maybe you pave way for another uh, lifetime, because at long last sie tumepanda hapo, there is still life to live, there is still tomorrow, and maybe there is still more life to live.
Exactly. Or maybe if the problem can be solved, you can invite a third party of which you are aware of this person, his
Yeah,
or her own relationship status, and of course, anaweza msaidia, mnaweza saidiana kivipi. Or if that doesn't work, then
yeah.
you can at the end of the day decide to walk away. And some relationships are not worth fighting for.
Yeah,
You can
some
just
are
walk.
not. They are not worth, because if the person keeps on, something which you should fight for is something that you see that is worth. something that is worthy of fighting for. Maybe if there is no word, you are still the one suffering. Hmm? The Bible says, for example, in terms of relationship, uh, in Proverbs 20, it says, whoever walks with the wise becomes wise, but the comparison of fools, or the companion, I mean, of fools, will suffer harm. So if you see you are following the other one, it is good to get out yourself there. Mm.
And of course, I don't know what people will take this, but kuna relationship unaingia kwa relationship fulani, maybe you are a guy and ulikuwa umenunua maybe shamba, umeanza kununua magari or something of the sort. When you get into a relationship with this kind of lady,
Mm.
kila kitu chako kinaanza kwenda vibaya. I don't know it is because of the lady or what up. Maybe some relationship, if I can put it like this, some relationship has maybe haukuambiwa kuwa na huyu mwanadada, or it is not a good kind of relationship juu umeingia kwa relationship and all of a sudden things start disappearing one by one. Unaanza kuuza shamba kidogo kidogo, mara vitu fulani, and at the end of the day unajipata, oh my goodness, I have nothing. Na
Unaweza
nikianza hii relationship I had almost everything that ilikuwa inahitajika for I to be in a relationship or to build a setup family of which I can cater. What do you think when it comes to that?
what?
When it comes to maybe kuna mse fulani ameingia kwa relationship and he saw her things start zinaanza kuisha moja moja, as in maybe alikuwa na kashamba fulani, all of a
Mm.
sudden ameanza kuuza. Kuna mwingine alikuwa maybe na gari ameanza kuuza, and there is a type of relationship, kuna mwingine ameingia kwa relationship and then all of a sudden things start changing, ameanza kujenga, ameanza kununua magari, something of the sort. What is a take on that?
First of all, before I send once again, before you enter into a relationship, first of all, you should have. Uh, I have a lecturer who once told me that before you marry someone, ensure you have known the person in and out. For example, you don't meet person, uh, all of a sudden you start life with. Maybe you should know. Maybe I want to maybe 6 months to 1 year, because that is why there is that courtship uh, period where you have the time to understand each other, where you have to visit them. You unaambiwa uende kwa shamba umpate akilima. Kama mimi sasa nataka kukuoa, si eti tunaonana TikTok, Facebook, picha zako sijai kuona ukiwa umelala
Niona
hapo. So there should be a time nikupate kwa shamba, see how you do things. The problem will come in, maybe huyu person, the person you are in alijifanya yeye ndivyo hivyo anaishi, akajiweka maisha ya mtu mwingine for that period ili mkue pamoja, but the person mean is wish come true, then he started to change. Maybe he started, I've got what I wanted, I've got this person, maybe now I can start looking one, maybe I can start another life. So the person will start what? Selling maybe the property, selling everything, and maybe that person is planning to have maybe another family, or maybe that person already ameamua yeye hataki hiyo maisha ya mapenzi tena.
are you trying to mean that there is no love at first sight?
And I've seen their love.
Because the same way that you are talking to, it is like you're exactly meaning there is no love at first sight, or you just see a person and karash
Yeah,
na
maybe
unavolika.
the history of first sight. Unajua there is what eyes see, there is what I art hears or art want, and there is you in person, you are saw, because love involves many things. Love does not, but first love, what I can say, maybe in my own perspective, the first love comes from sight. What you see. maybe uone huyu msichana au useme huyu msichana ni mrembo, ningependa kuwa na yeye. Unaona huyo, there will come a time when hiyo urembo unaona itaisha, si ndio? Maybe as you go by, maybe as you live by, itakuwa imeisha.
Imeisha.
But there is that personality in you which is more than what? The love, the beauty in you. Unaelewa? So that is why I'm saying that first, before you enter into a relationship, ensure the person you are in, you understand him in and out or are. Because it will come a time when what you, maybe if you at the first you said, because for example in our generation, in our today's generation, most of it is sorry to say so, but most of us, even girls and boys or men and women of nowadays, they look at the first sight, what impresses you first. They don't look at the personality and the attitude of the person. The personality of the person will be the one to mold the relationship, to keep it moving apart from what you see outside. Because at long last, there is what you see inside than what you see outside. Are we together?
Consider, I'm sorry for cutting you short, but consider this scenario where there are two friends, a guy and a lady. Na huyu msichana amekuwa in this friendship for a very long time, hoping that one day this guy ata throw his, what do they say? I mean, huyu the guy over
You make
here
the
will,
first intention.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and this lady over here amekaa kwa hii friendship zone for a very long time,
Mm.
thinking that maybe this guy will atakuja kumuuliza one day to be his girlfriend, and then this girl introduces her friend to this
Boy.
kind of guy where anafikiria kwamba at some point ataenda kumuuliza ama atakuwa girlfriend yake, and all of a sudden this guy anaanza kuwa na feelings that the friend of this girl who used to think that their long term friendship will result to something good, na kuna rafiki ameingiza that party, a friend of hers mwenye anadhania kwamba maybe they are just friends, but the guy falls for the next girl. What about that?
I think the case here, they should be clear that once maybe we have been, maybe for example, we have been friends for maybe let's say 2 years, is it? For those 2 years we have been friends, maybe there are some things that we have been doing. Maybe sasa uh, unajua kuna watu wanasema we are friends with the benefit. Maybe kama kuna vitu mmekuwa mkifanya zina relate. Unajua wewe huwezi sema mimi nimekuwa rafiki yako nitakuoa, na maybe siku moja hatujaiongea kitu kaa hiyo, ama hatujai kuwa na maybe funny moment ama joke, hatujai joke na topic like that. Unajua sasa, maybe if for instance kumekuwa na any talk of that nature, you can see there is some hope. But if our friendship imekuwa tu maybe kama ni it is about the time, about tunatoka tu, we go out, we have friends, we talk, we communicate, there is nothing which seems to be in mutual in between the two of us, then, or maybe you have interest, for example, in maybe like you are saying, the two, she had interest with the guy, and the girl had not made any intention to answer what the man.
Towards,
Yeah,
I mean, the lady has had the intention where maybe some days this guy will ask her out, but it didn't happen like that.
yeah, it
Aliuliza rafiki yake instead of her.
yeah. So chenye nasema hapo now, the good thing is maybe if it has started, it is good, maybe you make that move now when you see things are getting out of the way. Maybe if you are the one now, you tell him, you know what, our friendship, maybe I was expecting it could be this way, it could give us this way, because at long last, your friendship will not continue if you have something to this man or this man, and then it ends up that this man will go to your friend, because at long last you quarrel with your friend and the same person, because if the intentions of the two of you, you have shown interest to one person and the person does not have interest in you, then it shows that you'll not end up together. So the right thing is you tell this person, maybe you can joke with
Yes.
you see yeah, after you see the intentions. So after you see the intentions of the guy, you can show some interest in him so that you can make way, because maybe he himself decided to stay lane of friendship. Are we together?
Yeah, I think that is the right way to go. Na mambo kama hayawezi kwenda vizuri, don't force things.
Welcome. Mm,
I believe that everything that has a starting also has an ending, and if the relationship at the end of the day wasn't meant to be,
yeah.
then let it go. Si kushinda ukiforce vitu hata haiwezi make sense. That
And
is the take I.
and for the records, the best person to have a relationship with, a strong relationship, I think it is a friend, because nowadays it is better to have a friend, then you make a relationship with him or her if you see is capable of one, because this person, you know each other very well, so it is good to move in with that person, because nowadays hujui vile kutaenda.
According to me, I can say maybe love can come from where it is least expected.
Yeah,
You can
so
go with a person, and of course, you can make a good thing at the end of the day.
yeah, so that the friend can be someone, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. Which is our next topic.
I think those were the few topics that you had to discuss about a relationship.
Thank you, Eric Ilialis. We were also about the campus relationship. Are we talk?
I think campus relationships, they are not that, most of them, I can say according to my own recording, I can say that it is just 90% of the relationships, they are not, I mean, they are not as serious. But maybe 10% can lead to something good, but 90%
Mm.
it is just a mutual kind of benefit where at the end of the day, kila mtu anakwenda zake na maisha inasonga.
So ni kama vile watu wanasema ni kama relations, ni kama trolley ya supermarket. Hakuna mahali
Ikiisha,
inaenda tu. Mm?
hakuna 90% of them hakuna mahali zinaenda.
So
It is a kind of relationship. It is not parasitic.
mm,
Maybe I can say, maybe in a biological way, it is commensalism,
mm,
where each party is here to gain,
yeah.
but at the end of the day, everybody will move his or her own way. Yeah, that is what I can say.
Okay,
When it
then
comes to the relationships,
yeah.
that is my take. What about your view?
Campus relationship, I think the same case, because at long last we have seen many thriving and giving up to something, or that is coming up, giving rise, maybe heading up to being a serious one. But the good thing is campus is not the end of forming a relationship.